السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى أهله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Alhamdulillah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us another opportunity to be here again. We ask him to make the knowledge a beneficial one. Ameen. Now, inshallah, we are going to be looking at الفرق بين ما المصدرية وما الموصولة. Differences between ما المصدرية and ما الموصولة. You know, in the couple of videos that we've done this week, like about 3 classes so far also, we have been looking at ما المصدر الأول, you know, but how, and we said ma is part of them, also ma al-masdariya, but it can be confusing for those that know ma al-mawsula, that what is now ma al-mawsula and what is ma al-masdariya. How can I differentiate it? How can I differentiate it? So we have here, among the frequently asked questions by the student of Nahw, is how to differentiate between ma al-mawsula and ma al-masdariya in sentences. How do I differentiate it? You know, it's confusing. How do I differentiate it? Okay, inshallah. I explain it very well. So first thing, definition. Is a relative pronoun used for non-humans most times in sentences. It is a relative pronoun that is used for non-humans most times in sentences. So the statement ani sila coming after the ma. So the statement coming after ma is called silatul mawsul. So the statement coming after ma, which is the sila, must include a pronoun, either explicit, meaning it is very clear, you can see it attached, it is added to something, or implicit, or it can be inferred from it. So that will refer back to this relative pronoun, that ma. We are see example now. Uhibbu ma antum alayhi. I love what you are upon. You can see I love what you are upon. So you can see alayhi. We have this alayhi. So this ha here is going back to the ma. I love what. Which what you are upon. You can see that this kind of expression now, this ma is more mawsula. So you can see silatul mawsul is antum alayhi. So that's what we call silatul mawsul, the statement coming after ma. So you can see definitely here that this is ma al mawsula because we have a pronoun going back to it. Now another example, akaltu kulla ma. You can see, so this is implicit. So I ate everything that can be found in the house. I hope you get. Now, so moving on, we have ma al-masdariya. What's the definition of ma al-masdariya? So it is a particle that combine with verb to form a gerundive or infinitive or infinite verbal noun. It forms a masdar with it. Ma plus fi'l, it will form a gerundive or an infinitive verbal noun. So see example here. We have uhibbu ma tasumu. I love that you are fasting. So it's not I love what you are fasting. It is I love that you are fasting, because ma al masdariya plus fi'l is always fi'l that will come after it. Fi'l has to come after it. So uhibbu ma tasumu. I love that you are fasting. I hope we get. So another example, we have okay, why the gerundive? So you know, ma al masdariya plus fi'l, we can be changed to Mazal sorry. So it will be what? Uhibbu sawmaka. So that to show you that you can be changed. I love your fasting. I hope you get. So moving on, succession. Another thing to note, we have talked about definition. Succession. What are we talking about? Succession. What comes after ma mawsula can be any part of speech. Can be any part of speech. Example: Sabbaha lillahi ma fi samawati wa ma fil ardi. Whatever or what is in the heaven and what is on earth, praise Allah. You can see ma fi samawati. You can see. So silatul mawsid is what? Sabbaha lillahi ma wujida. Everything that can be found in the heaven and everything that can be found in the earth, praise Allah. You can see now. This anything can come, like any part of speech can come after ma mawsula. I hope you get. See another example. Araftu ma khatara bi balika. I know what crossed your mind. So the silatul mawsul here is what? Khatara huwa bi balika. Like I know everything that crossed your mind. You can see now. So here it also, this is ma al mawsula, because we said we need to have a domir going back to the ma, and what is it here? It is huwa, but it's not written because khatara. Where is the file? It is domir mustatir, so that means it is implicit. I hope you get. So it has to show in the sentence that if I translate this sentence, even though the domir is not explicit or is not attached, is there a domir hidden that can still go back to the ma? If it is there, then definitely that ma is ma al mawsula. Is that gotten? Now, so next we have another example. Akaltu ma huwa ahla. I ate what, or I ate that which is most delicious. Definitely, this is explicit. It is this huwa that is going back to the ma. So silatul mawsul is what? Huwa ahla is delicious. So I ate what is delicious. I hope you get. While what follows masdar ma al masdariya is always a verb. Always a verb. Uhibbu ma tasumu. I love that you are fasting. You can see ma tasumu. A verb has to come after it for we to classify it as ma masdariya. So another example, we have karihtu ma marita. I ate that you are sick. So it cannot be I ate what you are sick. No, I ate that you are sick. So this is definitely ma al masdariya. I hope you get. So moving on, we have substitution. Substitution, what do we mean? So remember that ma al mawsula can be used for non-humans, irrespective of either their number, it is singular, it is dual, or plural, isn't it? Now, so it can be substituted with its corresponding special relative noun. Imma, it is alladhi, alladhina, alladhani, allati, like that. So it can be replaced. That particular ma can be replaced with its corresponding relative pronoun. So see an example here. Araftu ma khatara bi balika, meaning I know what crossed your mind, can be replaced with what? Araftu alladhi khatara bi balika. I know that is that crossed your mind. I love what crossed your mind. It can be said to be araftu alladhi. I know that which crossed your mind. You can see. So it is replaceable. So that's ma mawsula for you. Another example. Sabbaha lillahi ma fi samawati wa ma fil ardi. So whatever is in the heaven and whatever is in the earth, praise Allah. So it can be replaced with what? Sabbaha lillahi alladhina fi samawati. So those that are in the heavens and those that are in the earth, praise Allah. You can see now we replaced it because it is ma mawsula. So it can be replaced with the relative or a corresponding relative pronoun. While for ma al masdariya, it must be able to be substituted with the masdar sorry, meaning the gerundive verbal noun. So it will be explicit. You can substitute it with an explicit verbal noun, masdar sorry. So see example now. We have uhibbu ma tasumu. I love that you are fasting. It can be replaced with what? Uhibbu sawmaka. I love your fasting. You can see is the corresponding meaning. Aha. We have karihtu ma marita. I hate that you are sick. Will be what? Karihtu maradoka. I hate your sickness. I hate that you are being sick. You can see they are the same thing. So it has to be replaceable. It has to be replaceable. Both of them. You have to be able to convert. You have to be able to convert the ma and the fi'l that is coming after it into a gerundive or explicit verbal noun. I hope we get. Aha. So moving on, we have waddu ma anittum. Waddu ma anittum. They love that you are being affected with something. They love that you are being affected with something. Or it can be said that waddu anatakum. They love your hurting, or they love your pain. You can see now. So this again tells us that this is definitely ma al-Masdariyah, because why? We can, you get, I love your distress, I love your torment. So because we can see that ma and the thing that is coming after it, we are able to directly replace it with a masdar sorry. So what do ma anitum? They love that you are being distressed, or they love that you are distressed. What do anatakum? They love your distress. They love that. Enda munkakri. I hope you get. So that's another difference, how we can differentiate between them. Another thing to note is that necessity. What do we mean by necessity? So the statement yani sila after ma mausula will always have a pronoun, either explicit or implicit, inferred or estimated, meaning it is taqdir, referring back to the ma. It is necessary, it is very necessary that whatever is coming after the ma mausula, in the case of ma mausula, the statement that is coming after it, meaning the sila, must contain a pronoun that is either explicit, maybe definitely you can see it, okay, this is the, or implicit, it's not very clear, but you know, okay, definitely this is what it's talking about, or inferred, meaning you can infer from the statement, or estimated is taqdir. Okay, we will see now. So if this is not possible, then such ma is not ma mausula. The pronoun is very necessary because domirun aidun. It has a returning domir. So see example. Uhibbu ma antum alayhi. I love that or what you are upon. So this, in this context, the pronoun is explicit. Why? Because this is this. This ha is explicit. I hope you get. So see inferred. Sabbaha lillahi ma fi samawati. Meaning sabbaha lillahi ma wujida fi samawati. Whatever can be found. What, you know, is only whatever. It doesn't mean whatever, but it said whatever can be found. So wujida, is that wujida that has that domir as part of it? Or sabbaha lillahi mastaqarra. Whatever is situated in the heavens, praise Allah. You can see. So this is inferred. I hope you get. See implicit. Araftu ma khotaro bibalik. Ma khotaro bibalika. I know that, or I know what crossed your mind. So where is the domain going back to it? Implicit in the sense that it is araftu ma khotaro huwa bibalika. Ma khotaro it must always have a verb coming after it to form the masdar mu'awwal. You know what masdar mu'awwal is at this point in time. So see example. Uhibbu ma tasumu. I love that you are fasting. So it should be able to be replaced with what? Uhibbu sawmaka. I love your fasting. I hope you get. See another example. Waddu ma anittum. They love that you are being distressed. And it can be replaced with what? Waddu anatakum. They love your distress. They love your tormenting. I hope you get. So those are differences. So are there similarities between them? We have some similarities. So let's see. A sentence structure can contain ma, which has the possibility of either being a ma mausula or a ma al-masdariya. If, note this, if what comes after the ma is a foreign transitive verb, meaning mazdar ajnabi, yani, what do we mean? Verb not owned by the ma, without a pronoun referring back to the ma. So you can't see a pronoun referring, like, we just can't see it. Either it is explicit, implicit, we just can't find it that is referring back to the ma. Then so there is a possibility that the ma can be mausula or can be masdariya. Mathalan, so see example. Uhibbu ma qara'ta. Uhibbu ma qara'ta. In this context, the ma here, because if you see now, there is no domir, because this is a domir already. Ta. It is not going back to the ma. So we can't see any domir going back to the ma. So what can it be? So it can be mausula or it can be masdariya. How? Okay, see now. It can be, so for mausula, if we were to say this, I want to prove that it is mausula, then I will translate it as uhibbu ma qara'ta, or uhibbu ma qara'tahu. I love what you are reading. You know, it means this who now, we have attached it, so it will mean I love what you are reading. So this ma and who, they are related. So I love what, or I love that which you are reading. Or I can say uhibbu alladhi qara'tahu. I love that which you are reading. You can see now. So by doing this, we can be able to translate this ma as mausula. Or if we are to say it is masdariya, then it will be translated as uhibbu ma qara'ta, meaning uhibbu qira'atak. I love you reading, or I love that you read, or I love your reading. You can see now we are able to translate this into ma masdariya as well, because we are able to show that we can replace this ma and qara'ta, which is masdar ma'awwal, with a masdar sorry, an explicit masdar. Uhibbu qira'atak. I love your reading. I hope you get. Nam. So, but if it is an intransitive verb in such sentence structure, then the ma will only be masdariya. It was an intransitive verb. It will be ma masdariya. So if I say uhibbu ma jalasa, it cannot be I love what you sit. No, it will be what? I love that ma jalasta. Astaghfirullah. Uhibbu ma jalasta. It will be what? I love that you are sitting, and it will be uhibbu julusak. I love your sitting. So if it is an intransitive verb that is in that context, coming after the ma, intransitive meaning it does not have maf'ul bihi, then it will be ma al-masdariya. I hope you get. Okay. So see now. So summary of differentiating between the two ma. So what we did was that. So if what comes after the ma is not a verb, note that it is ma mausula, because ma mausula can have many different things coming after it. But for ma masdariya, it has to be, okay, let me just, because I'm still going to, so if what comes after the ma is not a verb, then definitely don't think about it. It is ma mausula. Example, sabbaha lillahi ma fis samawat. What's coming after? Jar wa majrur. Wa ma fil ard, jar wa majrur. Then definitely it is ma mausula. Don't even think or try to find anything else. It is ma mausula. So another thing, akhastu ma amamakum. I took what is in front of you. So what kind of ma is this? Substitution was simple. What's coming after it? It's not a verb, abi. Definitely this is ma mausula. I hope you get. Okay, that is gotten. So if a verb either transitive or intransitive come after ma, which is owned by ma, then it is ma mausula. Because what do I mean, or what do we mean by saying the verb coming after it is owned by the ma? Because the verb will contain an implicit pronoun, yani domir mustatir, referring back to the ma. It will contain an implicit pronoun, a domir will definitely be there that is referring back to the ma. So in such case, then the ma owns the verb, and it is meant for the ma. See example. Araftu ma khotara ma khotara bi balika. Araftu ma khotara bi balika. I know what crossed your mind. So it definitely, this khotara is what? Khotara huwa. What crossed? So it is the crossing, something that is crossing. That's what I'm talking about. Araftu ma, that which is crossing your mind. So definitely this khotara is for the ma. So it is ma mausula. Kalas. I hope you get, because it owns it. Another example. Karihtu ma ahzanak. I disliked that which make you sad. So again, I dislike what makes you sad. So that's what I dislike. So definitely the ma owns this verb. It is meant for it. I hope you get. It is meant for it. So definitely this is ma mausula. I hope you get. So that's another way of differentiating between them. If the verb coming after it is either transitive or intransitive, but if it is meant for it, meaning we can see a connection between them by seeing an implicit, meaning domir mustatir, an implicit pronoun between in it. So definitely it's meant for the ma and the ma mausula. Another one. So if a foreign intransitive verb, meaning fail ajnabi, a fail lazim ajnabi, a foreign intransitive verb, meaning what? When we say foreign, that means it is not owned by the ma, comes after it, and no pronoun could be found thereafter referring to the ma. Like we cannot just see any pronoun referring back to the ma, then definitely the ma is masdariya. Aw, so this now. Uhibbu ma tasumu. I love, or if I'm to translate it, aw, is there a domir going from this tasumu? Is there a domir going back to the ma? Definitely not. Tasumu, the domir there is anta, and it can be I love that. No, I'm not a that. You get. So it is definitely, there is no domir going back to this ma. We can't just see any domir. So definitely this ma is what? Ma masdariya. So it will be translated as what? Uhibbu ma tasumu. I love that you are fasting. Then it can be translated also as uhibbu, or it can be converted because this is masdar mu'awwal. It will be uhibbu sawmaka. I love your fasting. I love your fasting. So another example. Karihtu ma marita. I ate that. I ate that. But if I'm going to translate this, okay, let's say I don't know. I have to check. If this is the mausula, there has to be a domir going back to it. Again, this is ta. It can definitely not go back to it. I love or I dislike. So it does not go back. So it definitely, this is ma al-masdariya, because both of them will give us masdar mu'awwal. So it will be carry to ma marita. I dislike that you are sick. So it can be said to be carry to maradoka. I dislike your sickness. I dislike you being sick. You can see. So that's another thing to note. Then lastly, if a foreign transitive verb, meaning a verb not owned by ma, we can see a pronoun. Okay, it comes after the ma, okay, and no pronoun can be found thereafter referring to the ma, okay, then the ma can either be ma mausula and ma masdariya. So please let me go up here. See here, we said if it's a foreign intransitive verb, then it is intransitive. So note that this is a keyword. It is fi'l ajnabi, meaning it is a verb. It's a verb definitely, and it's coming after the ma, but it is intransitive, meaning it does not have maf'ul bi. It usually does not have maf'ul bi. So that's what we mean by foreign intransitive verb, meaning foreign in the sense that we can't see a domir that is going back to the ma, and it is intransitive in the sense that it does not have a maf'ul bihi. I hope that is clear. So that's for this. Then as for in this context, the ma will be ma masdariya. But if that kind of foreign verb, meaning a verb that is coming after ma, that is, and we can't see a domir going back to the ma, but it is transitive in this context. It is transitive. Okay, then in this context, the ma can either be a ma mausula or can be a ma al-masdariya. Example, uhibbu ma qara'ta. In this context also, this is ma, and we have qara'ta, there is no damir going back to the ma, because this is a damir already. Ta, it can definitely not go back, because ta means you, and it can't be I love you. No, definitely. So this is a foreign verb. That's what we mean by foreign verb, and it is transitive, because qara'ta meaning read is transitive. So in this context, because we have a foreign transitive verb, so it can be, and no pronouns. Learn that too. No pronoun. I think there was a pronoun, we would have ended the talk. We won't go further. But there's no pronoun, because it's the only pronoun here, and it's definitely not owned by the ma. So if there's no pronoun, then it's possible that we say this ma is ma mausula or ma al-masdariya. So if we say it is for mausula, we will say that uhibbu alladhi qara'tahu. I love that which you are reading. See now, who, or you can even say uhibbu ma qara'tahu. This who now, we now be going back to the ma. You can see now we have turned it into, this is now a domir. Even despite the fact that this is a foreign verb, but we have not seen a domir going back to the ma, then that ma becomes ma mausula. But if we have to say uhibbu qira'atak or uhibbu ma qara'ta, I love that you are reading, or I love that you read, we now be changed to uhibbu qira'atak, I love your reading. So in that context, the ma will be what? Ma al-masdariya. I hope you understand. So see again, uhibbu ma tuhibbu. Here again, we can say particularly if this ma is ma masdariya or ma mausula, because there is no domi again. Tuhibbu, this is mukhatab mudhakkar, so it is definitely the domir that is there is anta, so it's definitely not going back to the ma, and we can't see any other domir. So it is possible that this ma is either mausula or masdariya. So how we know? So we can say uhibbu alladhi tuhibbuhu, I love that which you love. You can see this who now is now going back to the ma. This, lazy, we can translate, we can replace with ma and lazy and the corresponding ma mausula and the corresponding relative pronoun, like the ism maus, another ism mausul. So you get, so who now is now seen. So definitely we have called by adding this who, the ma becomes mausula. Or we can say uhibbu ma tuhibbu, I love that you love. You get, it's not be uhibbu mahabbatak, I love your type of love. You see, so here in this context, the ma will be ma masdariya. So this is where we are going to end the class on differences between ma mausula and ma masdariya. We hope bi'idhnillah, so it has been clear. So revise the note again and try to maybe bring extra examples that might have been confusing you. So bi'idhnillah is going to be clear after following through all these notes. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us in knowledge. Amin. Subhanakallah bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.